You were a star child, let your light shine for all the world. When you open your mouth to reveal a pearl, let it shine more, just to light the path. If it don't add up, man, just do the math. If it ain't for you, let it pass on through.
How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka your boy, Brotha T, here with another one. So this channel is named T's Life Tree. And on this channel, we like to drop little pine cones of wisdom for you. And if you don't know what a pine cone of wisdom is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. All right, before we get into it, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like, I need you to subscribe, because when you like and subscribe, then we can continue to give you those pine cones of wisdom. Okay, so today's going to be an interesting episode. Today, we're going to talk about 10 words that program us. Ugh. 10 words that program us. What do I mean by programming? I don't want you to think like on certain movies, you have stuff like the Manchurian Candidate, you say a word and then they jump into this trance-like state and they just do whatever. Okay? Not literally, but kind of, sort of. I'm talking subconscious. There are things that subconsciously program us to do certain things, okay? Soon as we hear this word, soon as we use this word, soon as we embrace some words, they really program us. And if we use them over and over again, they could really program us to be a certain way, to act a certain way. And we need to be conscious of this when we speak to ourselves and others. Okay, so let's explore 10 words that program us. All right, some of these are going to surprise you too, by the way. All right, so the first word we're going to talk about is can't. Okay, can't. All right, so I shouldn't even have to go deeper, right? If you go through life and you think you can't do something, guess what? You're right. You're right. You're right. If you go through life and you think you can do something, guess what? You're right. You're right. Did I confuse you? I hope not. Let me break it down. You control your destiny. You control what you do. You control the world around you. So if you're constantly saying what you can't do, you're going to be right. Not because you can't do it. You're going to be right because you're telling yourself that you can't do it. If that makes sense. Now, this is in the practical world. I'm using it in a practical way. Okay. What do I mean by this? Like, me, I'm not going to be an NBA star. Okay. I'm not going to be an NBA star. Okay. At this point in my life, I'm 41 years old. You know, I haven't played in 2 years. I'm not going to be an NBA star. So that's practicality. It's practical. Okay. But let's rewind to me in the 8th grade. There's definitely a chance that I could have gotten myself to be good enough to be in the NBA if I worked at it and I really put my efforts toward it and I really went to it wholeheartedly, really worked at it, got better and better, got my skills up, and I had enough athleticism, you know, then yeah, I could have made that happen. But if I was telling myself back then I can't do it, then I would have been right? Because I would have not put the effort towards it. So the word can't can be destructive if used the wrong way. Be conscious of using the word can't. Okay. Now, if you have a child and the child keeps eating Jello pudding pops and they want a 10th one and you say you can't have one, that's using the word the proper way. But if the child is saying, hey, I want to one day become the president of the United States, and you tell them they can't, you're actually programming him to know that he can. Okay, if he accepts that. I hope that makes sense. All right, the next word we're going to look at, and this one's going to surprise some people, but the word hope. Okay, that programs you, sometimes in a negative way. But let me explain before you argue with me. The word hope can be destructive because it takes certain people off the path of working to get better. What do I mean by this? Okay, if I have too much hope in something, then I am not going to do the work to get there, because I'm hoping for something else to take over. Okay. A lot of you are thinking right now, aren't you? Because you know where I'm going with this. Sometimes in religion, sometimes we hand it over so much that we unable to do our self-work. Once we get to that point, then our hope is really a negative against us. Okay. Now, you can do certain things and hope for things, right? I'm going to have to break this down a little further. If you catch my Law of Attraction series, you'll know why you want to not use the word hope too often, even in a positive sense. Okay? Don't do or don't do. You want to hold yourself to that. Okay? So hope can program you if you use it the wrong way. The word, this one's going to be a no-brainer, but the word impossible, kind of remove this word from your day-to-day life. You don't want to use the word impossible too many times. It's similar to using the word can't. The more you use the word impossible, when something really is possible, you're actually programming yourself to think that's impossible. And when in fact, it probably could be possible. Okay? I hope I didn't confuse you. Okay, so this one, quite frankly, is going to piss some people off. Sometimes we need to get away from the word deserve. Okay? You don't really deserve anything. You get what you get. You get what you earn. This is even in relationship, okay? If you get in relationships and you find that your relationship is the same kind of relationship over and over again, and you terminate the most recent relationship and you say to yourself, I deserve better. No, you deserve what you've been getting. And I'll explain why. If you're not working on yourself and you're not working to better yourself and get past your insecurities, which is the reason why you've probably chosen those last 5 dudes, that is going to be the reason why you're going to choose the 6th dude that's going to be just like the 5 dudes. Subconsciously, is because you think you deserve better instead of earning better, if that makes sense. If you start working on yourself, getting rid of, finding out what insecurity are drawing those same type of guys to you, and you start working, or girls, and you start working on that. I'm only saying it because I'm a guy, so I have a perspective of a man. But as a guy or girl, if you're working on yourself to make yourself better, and you're working on yourself and improving, then you're going to earn something better. Notice I didn't use the word deserve. You're going to earn something better. You get what you earn. You attract what you should be attracting. So work on yourself, make yourself a better person, attract better by being better. You are what you attract. Simple and plain. So the next word that seems to program us, bad, the word bad. All right, so let's take the scenario of you having kids, and everything your little boy does, you say he's bad, or I'm tired of him being bad, or he's so bad, and oh, his little bad, and so whatever, right? The more you do that, you're programming them, believe it or not. Kids are sponges, we know that, right? They soak up everything around them. They mimic what they see, they mimic what they hear. Okay, so if you do that over and over again, and you put certain connotations, certain meaning on that, they're going to start to catch on to that, and they're going to think of themselves as that, and they're going to start displaying that, and they're going to start displaying that eventually. They are going to make your words come true. We quite literally, for those that are very religious, we quite literally can speak things into existence. You don't have to be, religious to understand this. This is a principle. If you can speak things into existence, you create and control the world around you. We'll get into that on another video. All right, so let's go. All right, so this next one is along the lines of the last one, bad. This one is no. So a lot of times you don't want to, over coddle your kids, right? Let's say the same little boy keeps asking for snacks and snacks and snacks. Of course, you're going to tell them no sometimes, but sometimes you don't want to say it too much because you're programming your mind to always identify with that word. they're going to live their whole lives, even when they get older, expecting the word no. And sometimes that resonates at a certain frequency, right? If you're into vibration, stuff like that. Words have a vibration. If you hear this word too much, then when you get older, you still expect to hear this word. This could shatter confidence. This could shatter self-determination, things like that. So just be cognizant. Try to use different words. Try to use full sentences. Let's take the same scenario. Instead of just saying no, 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 I told you you're not going to get that. Every now and then just say, hey, you can't have this right now. I'll give you some later. I did it. I said the same thing without saying the word no, right? Just be cognizant of that. All right, this next one is interesting. I used to be a cable guy, right? Telecommunications. I went in people's houses for a living. So that allowed me to see the best and the worst in everybody, every culture, every race. All right. We are way more similar than we think because I've seen good and bad in everybody. Now, this next one is interesting because I've heard it way more than I should have. The word stupid. Okay. If you have children, teenagers, even preteens, children's toddlers, don't call them stupid. All right. Just programs you. All right. If you hear the word stupid enough coming up, eventually you're going to believe it, right? If you take it in your subconscious enough times, especially when your subconscious is being formed, when you're younger, your subconscious is being formed at that point. That's why that's the prime time to program anybody. You hear the word stupid over and over and over again related to you and what you do when you grow up, you're going to think you're stupid, right? So be cognizant of that. I know the last 3 or 4 have been a shout out to parents out there, but I just want you to think, I just want us to live better, okay? So let's go to the next one. So the next one, I want you to try to control using the word fear a lot, right? Because I said earlier that words carry a vibration. Every word has a vibration. Fear has a lower vibration. The more you use it, the more you'll be in that vibration, right? And I'll get into vibrations later on, all right, in another video. So just refrain from the word fear. I don't think I have to use an example for that. Everybody knows what fear means. Okay, so the next one is the word never, right? That's along the same lines of using can't, right? So if you know that there's a possibility that something can be achieved or obtained and you say the words, well, I'll never get that, then you're going to be right. You're programming yourself into knowing or into thinking that thing is impossible, that thing is unobtainable, when it's actually literally obtainable. You just have to put more work into it, right? Try to refrain from using the word never, right? Don't use the word never, right? In that context, of course. All these words are within a certain context, of course, right? So the very last one, and this one is going to surprise a lot of people because some of us try to use this word in a positive way. But if you use this word in a negative way, it can severely impact your whole life without you even knowing that it is. And it's the word satisfied. Okay. All right, so I'm really going to have to explain this one because a lot of people are like, huh? What? The word satisfied is a positive word. And yeah, it is if you use it the right way. Okay, this is how I want you to transform parts of your life. I want you to get away from the maybes. I want you to get away from the hopes. I want you to get more towards the it's coming. I want you to get more towards the I'm going to get. Okay, satisfied lines up with this. I'll give you an example. Let's say within the next week or so, let's say you have a business or whatever, and let's say you end up making $1 million. You're going to be happy, right? You're going to say, hey, that's cool. Now, are you going to be satisfied with that million? Think carefully before answering that question. Are you going to be satisfied with that million? Some people will say, yeah, I'm going to be satisfied. Now, what would make some person that makes $1 million What's going to make that person be satisfied with that million? I want you to think deeply. Okay? One thing that's going to make that person be satisfied with that million, it's called lack mentality. Okay? So the lack mentality is going to tell you, oh, this is $1 million. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Okay? But if you get $1 million and you're grateful for the million, it's not the same thing as being satisfied with the million. Okay? So let's say I make the $1 million over the next week and I'm grateful that I made $1 million. Now I'm freed up to make another $1 million. Try not to be satisfied. Be grateful. Try not to be satisfied. So this has been your man, Brother T. I hope I kind of changed your perspective on the way we use words, okay? And if you liked the video, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe. And if you hated the video, I want you to comment and share anyway, all right? So this has been your man, Brother T. I will see you on the next video. I am out of here. Peace.